Talking with Topher is sponsored by slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, New Hampshire Vape Gallery, and naturalbossnh.com. More on that later. Let's get into episode 129.
At it again.
What is happening, TWT fans? It is so good to be back on this Thursday, September 22nd, 2022, and I hope everybody out there is doing well. Even though this is coming out on Thursday, it is not Thursday for me, but I'm going to get more into that in just a moment. First, I want to get started the way I always do by thanking everybody for subscribing. I greatly appreciate all of you. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. And if you're new to the podcast, you're just stopping by and checking it out, you need to be hitting that subscribe button. That's the one thing I'm asking everybody to do. That's what helps the podcast the most. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you want to get more involved with the podcast and you want your opportunity to be on the podcast, have your story told, whatever it happens to be, you got to send an email over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And of course, if you want to follow me, I'm on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. So go give a follow. I appreciate it. All of that helps the podcast. And I keep coming back week after week because of all of you out there. So thank you. Now let's get into the podcast today. It is going to be a quick one today. I want to let you know up front, it's Thursday for you, but it's not Thursday for me. Actually, it is still Monday, September 19th for me. And the reason that this date is so important and the reason I'm actually pointing it out this time around is because, we are burying my wife's grandfather. And he was an amazing man. And I wanted to say a few words about Robert D. Cloutier. Just an amazing, amazing guy. I've known him for only 15 years, but those 15 years that I got to know him were just incredible. And, having people like this in your life and then having them go it's sad. But on the other hand, he was 92. He had an amazing life. He was an amazing person. And he was one of the, not the only person, but one of the only people that when I first started seeing my wife, I was still wearing my hat backwards. I was still drinking all the time, baggy clothes, just a douchebag looking person that my wife was dragging into her family. And most of her siblings at the time saw me and was like, and she's like, oh, well, he can't drive right now, because this is in the time when I had lost my license for 6 years for my DUI. I don't remember which number it was. I only had two, but I think it was this first one. No, it was the second one. So everybody else kind of judged me. What do you mean he can't drive? How old is he? I looked, barely 16, I guess, at the time. So everybody thought I was too young to drive, which was kind of everybody was like, ooh, what are you doing, to my wife. And then she told everybody how old I was and what was actually going on. But Bob never pushed any judgment, nothing, just accepted me for who I was from day one. And that was something that was just so amazing. His energy was always so positive, and it was always just, he's going to be missed. He was an amazing person, and he will be missed. But, this also makes me kind of want to let people know about, just Alzheimer's in general, dementia. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I guess purple is Alzheimer's awareness. I did not know that, so my wife's like, you should probably wear that today, so I'm going to do that. I also got the honor of being a pallbearer, which is an honor. It's not exactly the high up on list it's not high up on my list of things I wanted to do, but I'm more than happy to do it for this man that treated me so well and was so kind to me for over 15 years. So Robert, you're going to be missed, my friend. And I hope you say hi to Ma up there. I wanted to show everybody. I don't know if you do this, but we take flowers and we put them. Let me see if I can. So that right there is my tie clip, and that's a flower from Ma's grave. And we always have these things made. We got keychains. Every time somebody dies, we take a flower, and we turn it into something so that we can have them to remember them, you know. So I'm excited to take Ma to Bob's funeral, and I'm excited. I mean, I don't know if I'm excited. I think I'm honored. I'm very honored to be part of the family to where I can actually be a pallbearer. And the fact that I was asked is just absolutely incredible and amazing. And he's gonna be missed. He's gonna be missed. So it's gonna be a day, everybody. But within all of this, you know, it's been so, wait a minute, where am I at? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to put myself together here. Oh, man. Yeah, so the things that I was dealing with during all of this is trying to keep my normality. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure that, like, on Saturday stuff got done. Sunday stuff gets done. Monday, yeah, I'm trying to get all the Monday stuff done. And trying to find your routine in all of this chaos sometimes can cause us to fall back and cause us to almost crave our addiction again. And I'm not alone, you know. I was doing pretty good on Saturday. Saturday I was doing well. We had to, you know, we went to a brother's and they did this cookout thing. I've never seen it before. I don't know what it's called, and I apologize for that. But just an open fire, pineapples hanging, lamb. I got some pictures. I'll put them up in post. But so they'll be flashing somewhere on this screen, probably over here somewhere. But oh my God! So the lamb's cut open, flared up on the over the open coals. I'm sorry, it's very early this morning. I haven't even finished my first cup of coffee. So, but they got the lamb on the open flames, right? And then you got 2 racks of ribs and these like metal things that are stuck in the ground, and it's just so incredible to watch. Now, did it take forever? Absolutely, because it's not a perfect science. So you have to wait until everything gets up to temp. Sometimes it takes longer than others. If you got winds or anything like that, it can cool it off. It can take longer. So there's all kinds of different things going on that would cause it to take longer or shorter time to cook the meat. But I will tell you, that wait was worth it. That lamb was so tender and just dissolved in my mouth. It was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like that, and I've never tasted anything as good as that. It was fire. It's the only way I could put it. I mean, the ribs were delicious, the vegetables, the rice. I mean, the entire day was nothing but a great celebration, you know, for a couple people's, one of my nephew's birthday. Again, that's at the end of this month, and then somebody else's birthday, and of course, we're also celebrating Bob's passing. So much to be celebrated, and it was so nice to be able to push my wife into this, per se, because she's always like, I want to get more involved, I want to do these things. And I was like, all right, well, this happened, and it's very sad, and it sucks. It sucks. There's no way around it. We all get to punch this ticket one day. This is a guarantee for all of us. If we're not guaranteed anything in this life, we're guaranteed that we will not be on this planet forever, right? I was talking to my his wife, my wife's grandmother, Meme. She was talking about DNR because this stuff always comes up. We're talking about him, what happened, and, you know, it was like, we're all going to be signing that one day. It's crazy to think about. But so I was like, her dad invited us to this and we couldn't make it. I was like, I have to work. And then all this happened. And I was like, I need a day of bereavement. I got to go and take care of my wife, and she needs to be around friends and family. So I packed her up and I brought her down to her brother's, and we went down there and we enjoyed this entire experience. She got to hang out with her parents. She got to see a whole bunch of people. It put her in a better mood. Of course, there's alcohol all over the place. People are just, and I did what I did last time. Everybody already knew. So I didn't even get asked, and which was really cool. And then I got to tell my nephew that I got to see him before Christmas multiple times now. So that felt good. And then, of course, I brought my own and we smoked when we needed to. And then I just went back to watching some more BJJ because we were watching the ACCs or ADCCs, I think. I'm new to this whole jiu-jitsu world game matches thing. It's absolutely incredible. I never had a subscription to it, so I never got to watch this. I'm more into the MMA and boxing scene, but I mean, most of the stuff that I listen to is based around MMA and boxing. So I was like, what is this championship? And everybody's like, oh, this is like the World Cup of Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm like, what? And then I was just like, so many fucking people there. And I was like, oh, wow. So I've been out in the dark for I've been doing jiu-jitsu for over 7 years, and I've been in the dark about this for 7 years. Somebody may have told me about it, but I completely forgot. And man, I have to tell you, some of the matches were just insane. And we're trying to watch, there's 3 mats. We're flipping in between screens. I met some amazing jiu-jitsu practitioners there, 2 guys that compete on the regular. It was just really cool. Great conversation. I had an amazing time just chilling right there, hanging with those guys and her brother, because he's big into it too. And I kind of stayed there. I floated around, checked on the food, did some things, but with everybody drinking, I just stuck to what entertained me. And every time, I was watching bottles pop and stuff, I would just grab my Pellegrino and, or open up my can of liquid death. And I got to be content there. But the whole point of all of this was that I needed to get her around friends and family. And she's always saying that she needs to be more involved and she wants to be. So I put her into it. And you know what? I was very pleased that I did. She had a great time. She was almost saying how she's like, I don't know if I want all this. And I'm like, you do, trust me. This is what you wanted. So I'm happy to be able to help you, achieve this and become more involved in this side of your family. Her family's giant, and most of you people know this. I don't. Okay, I got super tiny family. I got 1 sister, both my parents still together. I can never be a comedian because of it. I'm probably not funny ever because of it. I got nothing like that going on in my life. And my wife, her parents split, and now there's just giant family, you know what I mean? And it's like, so it's pretty crazy to be witnessing this. Like, it's crazy for me. I'm like, oh man, I got to take care of X, Y, and Z, and we do this thing here, and then I'm done, and that's it. Like, so it's a different world for me, but I want her to be more involved with her whole family. And so that was my goal, and I think I accomplished that on Saturday for her. And then, of course, came home, had to go to the wake yesterday, and, that was never fun. But, my parents ended up showing up, which I was not anticipating. Of course, my mom kind of yelled at me and was like, well, you didn't tell us this. I've had to find out on social media. And I'm like, all this happened so fast. I mean, it was literally Tuesday, and then the next thing I know, it's Thursday, and then boom, it's all happening. So I didn't know who to tell. I was like, I don't know So I made a post in memory for him, but at the same time, I was like, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So my mom and dad ended up showing up, which was really nice to see them. And that's basically it. That's where we're at right now. We're getting ready to leave. I have to be there at 8:45, and finding the normal in all of this chaos was difficult for me because when I woke up yesterday for the wake, I wanted to record this. I wanted to take care of everything, and I ended up being an hour and a half late. And I couldn't fit everything into my schedule. I actually had to not do things because of that. And when I get like that, I hate myself. My wife was like, "Oh," and I had to tell her that, like, this has nothing to do with you. This is my OCD, my anal retentiveness. I am literally trying to find normality in all of this. I have to fit in everything that has to be done along with everything else that has to be done. And the everything else that has to be done is all new stuff that I don't normally have to do. So I just feel compressed for time and I can't figure it out. And when you wake up an hour and a half late, that hour and a half was super important. So, of course, I'm trying to run around and get everything done. And I made up for that today. I was up at 5 a.m. All right. It is 7:30. And so now I'm feeling good, right? I'm getting this done, which is something that is very important to me. This means a lot to me. I put a lot of work and passion into this podcast. But my OCD and my anal retentiveness is crazy. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to dial in this stupid explosiveness that happens when I'm late, or if I don't get to do something that I was supposed to do at a specific time. Why I have to get angry, I have to yell, and I have to scream at myself because I can't yell at anybody else, right? And I have to tell my wife, I'm like, look, this has nothing to do with you. I am mad at myself, but I'm yelling and screaming. So the dogs are still scared. She can still hear me. It still feels directed towards them, and it's not. So what do I do about that? I feel like it's like the last final piece of shit that's in me. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a way to suppress it, but like I sit in my head and I'm yelling and screaming in my head, and I can do that for so much longer to myself than I can if I start yelling and screaming at myself out loud. Now, I sound like a crazy person when I'm screaming out loud, but at least my voice finally gives out, or I get tired and therefore I can stop. When I just sit there and yell and scream in my head and I'm in silence, I can do it for hours. And it's crazy. Like, if something upsets me, I can't let it go until I've said the exact same thing like 100 times over and over again, really expressed the exact same feeling over and over again. Like, I can't say it once and be done. I have to say it over and over and over and over again. And it's so frustrating. And I don't know what it is, what this little piece of anger is just kicking around when I get like this, when I get knocked out of my routine, when something isn't going the way I think it's supposed to be going. I lose it. And now I'm trying to get to the point where this doesn't happen anymore, where if she does something and it does upset me, I don't have to yell and scream at her. I have to dial it back so that I'm talking, right? And I'm trying to work on that. And I think a therapist is going to be a better solution to really dialing this part of it in, because I feel it in my bones and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not going to cause me to drink, but it definitely is just one of those things that needs to go. The yelling, the screaming, the anger, I've gotten rid of so much of it, but it's like the little pieces that have hung around are the strongest ones. It's like, I don't know, having a list of things to do. You get all the easy stuff, and then you got one last hard thing to deal with. And you're like, why didn't I do the hard thing first? This is how I feel about my anger. I feel like these bits and pieces that are left over that I still utilize to get through things, which I think is counterproductive, that seems to, be where I'm at right now. And now those are more difficult to get rid of. So now I'm working on the most difficult part of my anger and um, myself. And so I feel like I don't feel like I want a third party opinion. I want to bounce this off of somebody else and then maybe have them bounce back. Because I mean, even if I was to get into therapy today, I would basically just start with everything that I've already gone through, and then I would allow them to see if there was anything further that they could help me with, instead of being like, hey, this is me, nah, da, 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 and then have them like, I don't need your help digging through all the stuff I already dug through. What I need your help with is I need your help with the simple fact that I've gotten myself to this point, and now I feel like I need a little assistance to really, really tie this in. I just want to let go of all of it. I don't want to be angry with anybody anymore. I don't want to be upset. It's a waste of fucking time, I'm noticing, and with, helping my wife get more involved with this side of the family, now we get to find out all the stuff that's going on. And again, I bring up this point to, my God, we need to let go of this petty bullshit that doesn't mean anything, that only tears us all apart, causes distance, and it's so stupid, and most of the time we don't even tell the other people what's really bothering us or why we're doing what we're doing, and everything's based off of assumption. And I just think that we all need to realize how important each of us are to each other, even when we piss each other off. Even when we piss each other off, all right? I've pissed many people off, and we've made up. That makeup, that dissolving, that anger and that gap, and it's just it's everything. And the reason I say this is because we're not going to be here forever. You have no idea when your ticket's getting punched. You have no idea when something is going to go wrong. You have no idea. So why build up hostility and anger, right? It's stupid. I do it too. But why do it to ourselves? And then all of a sudden, that person's no longer here. You're going to have regrets. You're going to be like, why didn't I? I had the opportunity to do this and I didn't do it because I was being stubborn, because I felt like he owed me or she owed me or this or that, whatever it is. Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, that's your family. Those are your friends. Those are the most important people in your life. So give them a hug. Tell them that you love them. Try to squash whatever you've got going on and try to dissolve that and make things better if you can. And bring those people back into your life, because once that ticket's punched, you're never going to get that opportunity. And I would rather put in the effort to see if I could turn something around instead of living with regret when they're gone. So that's where I'm at. This is what I've gotten out of this. Of course, still dealing with no drinking, which is great. I smoke a ton of pot. No Delta 8 this time at the party, so everything went very smoothly. Besides waking up late yesterday and really kicking myself, and everything went great. Once I got into the car and we got there, it was like I was just there for her. It was like everything else in my that I had going on inside my head, it was gone. I shut it off, and I was just there for support for the family and her. So this is not easy. None of this is easy. And if there's one thing that death has taught me, that it really, really kicks my, it kicks that gear on, and it's like, I got to throw a monkey wrench into that gear. So I just so tired of, my anger. I'm tired of it. And I want to get rid of it, because it was like up until, just probably an hour or so before we got there, I was just miserable. I was a miserable person. And then it's like, you're driving to like the worst thing ever. and you're yelling and screaming about stupid shit. You missed something on the grocery list, or you didn't write it down, or you didn't get to record yesterday. That's what I was upset about. There's always today. I have that option still, you know? So I kind of forgot about that. And then I was reminded. And I want to remind all of you too. Go give your friends and your family and your loved ones a hug. Squash those problems you're having in between you, friends, family, brothers, sisters, fathers, whatever's going on. Try to mend that. Put it to rest. Because at the end of the day, I would rather put in that effort, have them say no, and then if that day comes, at least I know I did what I could, and I can feel much better, and I'll have no regrets. Slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You're not sure how to spell it? It's right here at the bottom of the screen. Or click the link in the description below the video. It's just that easy. And now, before you check out, you're going to want to put in promo code TOPHER and get 10% off your purchase. I absolutely love this website. They have the most amazing products I've ever seen. They've got all new hats, all new shirts, all new kids' tees. Speaking of kids' tees, the kids are going back to school. Did you get them new clothes? Well, if you did, you got them at the wrong place. You should have gotten them Slow Down Clothing. Yeah, you want your kids to be the cool one in school, right? Have all your friends going home and, Mom, I saw Tyler's shirt, and oh my God, it's a little monkey, and I loved it. Yeah, we got to go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, Mom. We got to go. We got to get these shirts. That's how I'm going to be the cool kid in the class. And this goes for all of you out there as well, and even not in school. You want to wear the dopest clothing ever? Tattooed inspired prints, amazing skateboards, sweatpants, sweatshirts, board shorts, towels. They've got it all. They've got everything. They're always putting out new and amazing prints. Their quality is top notch. That's right. The shirt wears out before the colors do. It's amazing. And I will tell you firsthand, that is some of my favorite clothing I've ever worn. But you can only get this stuff right now, right here at slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. And before you check out, remember to put in promo code TOPHER and get 10% off your Slowdown purchase today. New Hampshire Vape Gallery is located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m., and we've got everything you're looking for. So feel free to give us a call, 603-814-4171. Are you looking for new vapes? Are you looking for all the coils? Are you looking for vape juice that's flavored, maybe menthol? Huh? It's hard to get these days. More and more states keep putting on flavor bans, but not us in here in New Hampshire. That's right. We got all the flavors. We got all the menthols. We've got it all. And I've got it all in stock for you today. Maybe you've got an older device we might have coils for, but I will tell you this much right now. If we have the product in our store, we've got all the coils for it right now, especially if it's brand new and it just hit the market. We've got them. I have had a lot of people come in the store lately looking for products that nobody else has. Well, I guess you can find them right here at New Hampshire Vape Gallery. I am so happy to say that. Our stock is always up. Our D8 selection is giant now. That's right. I've got the Goliath coming from Savage. It's going to have 2 cartridges in it with a battery. We've got loose leaf. We've got pre-rolls. We've got chillums. We've got cartridges. We've got everything you are looking for in the D8 world. We are carrying it now and forever. Just more and more exciting things coming to New Hampshire Vape Gallery every day, every week. and I'm super excited to share it all with all of you. So come on in to New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. And as always, I look forward to seeing you there. NaturalBossNH.com. That's NaturalBossNH.com. Are you looking for the best organic products ever? Well, Natural Boss has them. That's right. You're looking for an amazing beard oil? I know I was. And now it's amazing. My beard is because of that oil. And then, of course, you got a foot and body soak, which I'm telling you, it melts those stressful days away. What? You have cracking skin? They got a salve. That'll help with that. And then, of course, if you don't have cracking skin, well, then use the body balm or the lip balm. And that's going to keep your lips or your skin nice and moist so that it doesn't crack. And all of these products are available right now at naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. So go support small business, buy amazing organic products, and don't just buy one, buy all 5 today. There's one other thing I wanted to get into before I left. Yesterday, everybody was loving my knot on my tie. So I thought it would be fun if I took a couple moments, and I'm going to try and do this to the best of my ability. I'm going to zoom in on the camera, and I'm going to try and show you all how to tie a Trinity knot. This is one of my go-to knots. I do not like any knots on ties that are very simplistic. I don't like the slip knot. I'm not a big Windsor guy. But if you do like the Windsor is a nice, beautiful knot. It's actually a step above the slip knot, which is great. And if you really want to pull off like the Steve Harvey Windsor knot, you have to wear a vest because you have to use at least 75% of the thickest of the tie, and the vest hides the fact that you used up all of the tie to get that big, big Windsor. But I've always been a fan of pinwheels, Trinities, and there was one other one I really enjoyed that I can't remember the name right now, but my father-in-law was very obsessed over this. He was like, I love this knot, and I was like, everybody was like, I was like, I've been doing this for like a decade. This is not new to me. Like when I first started wearing suits and I was into Market America and doing all this fucking stupid sales bullshit and going to those meetings where you had to go to Miami and shit. We always had to be in suits and ties, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong. It was one of my favorite things in the world. So I've been learning these ties for quite some time, and I did the same thing with my jiu-jitsu. My belt, when I tie my belt, I don't use the traditional knot. I love the judo knot. It just has a cooler look to it. You know, and I'm all about nice knots. And so I figured I'd take a moment because I have to tie this tie anyways, and I have to get going. So I figured this would be perfect. And yesterday I cheated, and I wore ankle socks with my suit, and I had to tell everybody because I knew as soon as I sat down, everybody would see that I had ankle socks on, and I didn't want anybody to be like, oh my God, what are you doing? You know, so I had to tell everybody I was cheating yesterday. It was hot. It got hot yesterday. It was unexpected. So I told everybody today I won't cheat. Check these bad boys out. Yeah, wild socks. Don't worry. I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts, actually. But yeah, it's warm up here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to zoom in on the camera a little bit. And before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody again for subscribing. I appreciate you so much. If you're new to the podcast, a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. Remember to share, rate, and review the podcast. If you're absolutely new to the podcast, you're just checking it out, you're stopping by, hit that subscribe button. It's the most important thing that you can do for me. This is free for you. It's not free to do. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. All right. And then, of course, if you want to get more involved with the podcast, talkinwithtopher at gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher at gmail.com. Send in your email however you want to, and we'll get that party started. And, of course, you can follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. And go there, give a follow. I greatly appreciate it. But let me show you how to try this Trinity knot real quick, and then I will get out of here and go do what I got to do. So, all right. What's the best way to do this? So, all right. So what you got to do is you got to flip up the collar, right? All right. We're going to flip up the collar, and I like to, so the way you like to do it is you want to pull the tie just above your belt line. All right, we're going to use most of the small tail. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your fat side of your tie and you're going to pinch it. Give it a nice pinch. Okay, and then you're going to take the small side of the tie and you're going to go over the top. When you go over the top, we're going to come under. We're going to go over. We're going to come out on the same side, all right? Then we're going to go under. Oh, this cord is going to be a small issue. That's cool. It's cool, but we're going to go under. I want to make sure I'm still recording, right? So we're going to go under the tie. And then you want to come up over, right? So you want to come up over like that. So then you're going to get this look. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Hold on. So, yeah. So now we've gone up, over. We're making like a pinch, right? We're making this pinch, a little bit of a triangle. And then you're going to bring it across the face. And you're going to come up the back. When you come up the back, you're going to go through. This is very annoying. Hold on. Let me just look at my, okay. You're going to, where am I? Yeah, you come over the top, and then you're going to come through the loop right here. So as you come through the loop now, all right, now you're going to have the loop on top, right? So you got loop on top, loop on bottom. You're going to bring the tail end, back around, and then when you come up, you're going to go through the tippy top, like so. But you get it just like that, right? And you get it nice and tight. Pinch that knot, and you see how this is up here now? You're going to want to take it, tuck it right behind that back, right? Just like that. You flip the collar down. All right, so we flip it down, and then bam. Got your Trinity knot. So, not exactly the best tie to do this with, but let me zoom in a little bit more for you. All right, so there you go. That's the final shot of the Trinity knot. Let me adjust my cameras again. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, this show's over. All right, everybody. I want to just say thank you again. Oh, and then you just, here you go. We take Ma. And now Ma's going to join us today. But yeah, so that's the podcast, everybody. Again, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. Go hug those ones you love. Fix those bridges, and let's do this, people. Let's do this. There's enough hate and anger in the world. We don't need to add any more to ourselves. So I appreciate all of you. I hope once the editing's all done, you learned how to tie a Trinity knot. I absolutely love this knot. It takes a little bit of time to learn, but it's a great knot to impress a lot of people. And of course, knots are very impressive. You know, when you're the one standing out, you're the one that's going to draw in all the conversation. So that's fun for me to do. But enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.